This game is one that I use as a warm up to a topic, getting people thinking about or excited about a topic, and to really get some groupthink working. I often use it in my intro classes as a warm-up activity for a newly formed group, at the start of an online meeting, or in a workshop or training where attendees are sitting at the same table. This game is Scattergories. And since I have already asked how many of you have played Scattergories before earlier, and how many of you have not, now I know the level of instructions that I need to provide. So see how that all works together? Scattergories is a great activity to warm up the brain and start to get the creative juices flowing. It's also a good introduction for broad topics and where your attendees might not see the breadth or depth of the topic that we're about to talk about. The way that I run Scattergories, as you can imagine, is a little bit different. This is where you actually can have more fun and a better opportunity for engagement online than you do in person. Instead of having you complete the game independently in breakout rooms and then come back with your number and responses, I have you compete against the other breakout rooms in real time. I'm going to share the link so that way you can pull it up, but you clearly cannot start until you know what breakout room you're in. Important. I recommend that only one person per breakout room types, while everyone else in the breakout room says things. So you have a topic, and then everyone's brainstorming out loud, and one person's typing. That one person can also choose to share their screen in the breakout room, so that way everybody can see the same thing. You don't all have to be distracted on your own devices, on your own laptops, or all trying to type things in. It works much better for this game and brainstorming and being cohesive as a unit if everybody talks and one person types. So I'm going to put it in the chat. So you will see on the first page that you see the picture. And then on the second side, you'll see the rules. So for those of you that have never played Scattergories before, essentially you're given a topic, and then each person or group is assigned a letter. And then you have to come up with as many words relating to that topic that start with that letter as possible. So everyone's going to have 3 minutes to write as many words as they can think of as a team. The words must fit into the given category and start with the assigned letter. If you flip over to the third slide, you'll see I've given you kind of an easy warm-up example game. So we've got food and beverage at events. It can include different types of schedules or meal types, challenges, benefits, restrictions to consider, service styles, or just anything that's even remotely related to food and beverage at events, right? You'll also see, just for an example, that I've also put 2 words in every single group to kind of start you guys off with that. All right, now that you're back, let's rate it. With your hands, I want you to rate for me how much you liked that activity, and then we'll debrief it. From a scale of 1 finger being I absolutely did not like that activity, up to 5 being I would use that activity. Let's hold them up so I can see them. All right, lots and lots of 5s. Awesome, and a 10, that's awesome. Okay, some facilitator notes for this. This game encourages friendly competition in a side-by-side format where attendees can see other breakout rooms in real time. To not have a lot of overload on the page, I recommend to tell each group to talk out loud and only have 1 note taker per group. Each note taker can share the screen, so not everyone has to be on it as well. We had 5 breakout rooms. 3 of you had someone who shared their screen, and 2 of you had groups that did not share a screen. And the 3 groups that shared your screen got higher numbers of words on almost every single one. If you want to have more than 1 round, I recommend not having them all in there for your attendees to look through. They'll always be looking forward, they'll be thinking ahead, and they won't be present in the current time on the current slide. Also, if you're running short on time, you can also eliminate rounds without anyone actually knowing that's what you're doing. How many rounds did I have prepared? You will never know. The largest facilitator issues that I see is that people use this as an icebreaker or warm up without actually tying it to any material.